My biological brother did me from behind.
What? No. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Live Fan Gang. Now, today we're back with another sus Reddit story compilation for you guys. As always, we search sus Reddit stories in the YouTube search. And, of course, this beautiful man pops up. Clap it up. Clap it up. He's so goddamn hot. So without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn and let's see.
My roommate asked me to sleep with him. I have this roommate and we've been living together for a few months. He is pretty depressed and keeps to himself most of the time.
Wait, technically, if you guys are roommates, don't you guys sleep with each other anyways?
He works from home and doesn't leave the house much. I'm depressed too. One night, we were the only two people home, and I got intoxicated and went and bothered him and knocked on his door and chatted him up. Then that happened
You knocked on his door, all right, you know?
again another night. Then I feel I started to get him out of his shell. He started to open up to me about his life. We went on a day trip together. We started doing
Why these things in the back look like little cheeks, bro? Like
small things together, like going to the store. Then yesterday we were both home and I was having a bad day, and so was he. So he knocked on my door to talk and we talked for hours. I cried. We laughed so hard until our stomachs hurt. Then he asked last night
we laughed so hard until he got in there, man.
if I wanted to sleep with him. No intimacy, just sleep. He said
Oh,
he didn't
just
want me
sleep.
to be alone. We laid in his bed and talked until like 3 a.m. about everything. Life, hardships, dreams, fears. We laughed a lot. Then we fell asleep. Nothing happened. And honestly, I think this is the purest friendship I've
Shut your Bro didn't get no cheeks, bro.
What's something your parents did that backfired badly? I was born with blonde hair, just like my parents. But by the time I was 3 or 4, it started to darken. My mom freaked out. From then on, she started secretly dyeing my hair. Who knows what kind of
Why would she secretly dye your... That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, bro.
She used.
What?
Every few weeks, whenever my dad wasn't around, she'd do it. One day, she half-jokingly admitted she didn't want him to think I wasn't his because my hair had changed. She made it
Oh, nah. Was she doing all this to cover up? She was being a little Tatiana, and now she about to get exposed?
clear that if our hair didn't stay blonde, Dad would get upset. She kept up the
What?
routine until I was 15. And it wasn't just me. She did the same to my siblings. Anyone born with blonde hair was dyed to keep it that way. We all suffered from burns and allergies from the chemicals, but she was determined to keep up the lie. Then, 25 years later, the truth came out. It all started with a medical scare that required a detailed family history. A DNA test revealed the bomb.
Oh, yeah, DNA test, bro. That's the one that gets you. She's cooked.
None of us were actually my dad's kids. The reason my mom obsessed over our hair color was to hide her affairs. She'd had 5 with 5 different men.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, there's a reason for her to be doing all that, bro. She ain't gonna just be doing that just cause she don't like the hair color. There was a deeper reason, and now we know.
Dad was crushed by the betrayal, and he ended up divorcing her and suing for damages.
As he should, bro. What the heck, bro? Like, imagine how mad you be. Take care of somebody else's kid you don't even know, bro.
What's the dumbest thing you've done out of pure horniness? On weekends during high school, I frequently would sneak out of the house and sneak into my girlfriend at the time's parents'
What do you mean sneak into your girl? What do you mean sneak? Like, you didn't ask for...
house. Well, I didn't have a car or a driver's license at the time, and the only car I could use was my mom's standard Toyota Camry. This led to many situations of me being stalled out on a hill at 3 a.m. with no driver's license, but I did learn how to drive standard quite well.
All for some cheeks, my boy.
My mom was really confused by that. Also, sometimes I would tell my parents I was staying the night with a friend and have my parents drop me off at school for my friends to pick me up. Well,
now let's be honest, we all thought of doing something like this in the past, bro.
My GF at the time lived about a mile from school.
Just most of us with the strict parents, we just didn't go through with it.
So I would just walk to her place. But when I would spend the night, I would have to hide in the closet, leave by 5 a.m. because her dad always came and checked on her before he left for work. So, that led to a couple instances of sleeping in the closet, but the best/worst was when
sleeping in the closet is crazy, bro. Like, how do you even breathe in there?
I had to leave, but no place to stay. So before this situation, my buddy was able to obtain a copy of the key to the guy's locker room, and I happened to have it that night. So after being kicked out of her place and, of course, getting my rocks off, I walked...
Your rocks off? That's what you kids call it nowadays? Getting my rocks off. Yeah, I got my rocks off. Shut your ugly...
back to school and managed to sneak into the locker room. The key I had also worked on the towel... What's the...
Bro, finish the story!
You won't believe what my boss just proposed.
Oh, what now? Spill.
What now?
He literally wants to wrestle with me over something crazy.
Now, what do you mean by wrestle with you? Oh, what exactly are we talking about?
Does he not know you have a boyfriend?
Oh, he knows. That's not even it.
Oh.
Then what's the deal?
He offered to throw $10,000 on the floor and wants to see how fast I can pick it all up.
Damn, bro's balling! He thinks this is a strip club or something?
Wait, are you serious? What do you think?
Liam, think about it. $10,000. Just 3 minutes.
Oh my...
You really consider that? How do I fit into this?
How
do you fit into this, money? Why are you not breaking up right now, bro? You cuck ass boy.
Doing this for us, love. It's a chance and not easy to pass.
I can't believe it. What's next?
Okay, riddle me this.
What's
What's
next?
Nike's slogan?
Just do it. Wait, are you trying to trick me?
Just do it? She just tricked you into saying just do it.
Promise you won't be upset.
Ava!
5 hours
Wow.
later.
Where are you?
Sick
Midnight's here.
I might have misjudged the time. He used $1 bills.
OMG, Ava, you're impossible.
You won't
Wow.
believe
So you took 6 hours to throw it back? Yeah, you did more than throw it back, little bro.
Here's how you make my super.
Oh my god, not this freaking water, dude.
Oh, sorry,
Little
Jake.
sis.
I meant to send that to Ryan.
Damn,
What?
you lucky.
Why, thank you. Didn't know you could be so.
How do you like accidentally send pictures of somebody else, bro? Like, there's no way. Like, you just trigger happy pressing that send button.
Sweet.
I'm just saying, if you weren't my sister, I would totally tap that.
What the heck?
What? Get your freak ass on, boy.
Jake, wait a minute. I'm telling Mom.
You're seriously gonna tell on me for a joke?
Not really, but you have to stop saying
Dude, that was not a joke, my boy. Why would you even say that?
stuff like that.
So you're telling me you never even thought about it?
Thought about what?
You know?
I mean, maybe.
You know,
but only once.
I mean, maybe only once. Y'all need to get your freak ass on, boy.
Or twice. But you're my stepbrother. I could never.
Riz app responded.
Bro.
It's always on my mind. It's
Oh
hard
my
not
God.
to when you're that gorgeous.
It's always on my mind. It's hard not to when you're that
All right, has anybody actually used the Riz app, bro? Does it really work?
gorgeous.
Wow, Jake. Not even Ryan has ever complimented me like that.
Come on, Lily, just think about it. Anytime you're feeling it, feeling close, need some physical affection, I'd be one call and a few steps away from you.
What
That
the?
does sound tempting.
That does sound Yo, what is going on in this household?
Just forget that you're my brother.
You don't have to. It'll be with
You
no
don't have-
strings attached. Just
No
think
s-
of it as family looking out for each other.
Nah. I heard that phrase. That's not what it means, bro. That doesn't mean we just clap each other cheeks every Tuesday, bro. That's not the dinner we're talking about.
All right, I'll do it.
Let's go! The way
What
Ima
the-
Aya.
Are you trying to make me change my mind?
Huh?
Sorry, my bad.
Come to my apartment and
Wait, what did he just say right now? Hold on.
Let's go! The way Ima Aya.
The way I'm oh my god, EYI. I mean EYA. No, I know what that means. I'm not saying it.
Are you trying
Nah.
to make me change my mind?
Sorry, my bad.
Come to my apartment an hour.
Y'all need to get your freak.
Slept with the mother of the kids I am babysitting?
What?
I,
Oh.
19M, was babysitting for a side hustle as I'm
Wait.
trying to save up for a new car. I work at a factory, but the pay isn't that good. So one day I was just chatting with my line leader around 30F.
Your line leader? What the? Is this high school or
Just to
elementary school? What you mean line leader, bro? That's only elementary school.
pass the time as the machines were down, and she brings up how her kid's dad had bailed on them while babysitting and
Aw.
is now looking for a new baby.
Wait, the dad built on them while baby. It's not called babysitting. He's just the dad, bro.
Babysitter
He left to get the
for
milk.
weekends. I told her that I can do it as I'm mostly good with kids. No.
You can't be saying that though. You can't just be saying that. Like, that's a crazy statement.
Her eldest child is 12M and can watch his siblings, but got into some trouble she didn't explain.
Oh my
anyway,
God.
she seemed skeptical at first, but came
Let's be honest. We all got in charge of looking after our sibling for a little bit if we're the older one.
around the idea. She wrote me her address and said to be there around 11:30 Saturday. Well, Saturday comes and I actually arrived a little early to meet the kids. And let me
Okay.
tell you, I've seen kids with lots of energy, but these kids absolutely have. Slept with the mother of the kids I am babysitting?
Oh my God. Wait, yo. That loop was crazy. I thought something else was going on.
My dad slept with my sister. I would try and make this post
Okay,
short,
buddy.
but most likely it won't be. My sister and I have different dads. When she turned 18, my dad and her slept together. Ongoing
What?
for many years off
Wait,
and
wait. You just saying that like it's nothing. You just saying that like that's not a crime.
on. This is a show. My sister and I are 10 years apart.
Okay.
I'll try and say all of this in order. My mom and dad grew up together.
Right.
Before they got together, my mom was with another man. We would call him Rich. My mother
Rich?
had the kids with him, my
No. Don't do that.
sister and my oldest brother. Rich was a terrible human being and burned my brother's hand on the stovetop and threw him up against a wall as an infant. Luckily, my brother is alive today.
Okay.
I'd count Rich didn't get jail time, but my mom had my older siblings taken away from her.
Right.
She left Rich and got custody back. Moving the story along, my mom eventually got with my dad and had me and my brother. Two
Right.
girls, two
Okay.
boys.
I'm
When
following.
I
I'm
was 8,
following.
my dad and sister slept
That
together.
is
My mom first
when I was 8. Wait. So how old was the sis?
noticed that my sister had a hickey on her neck, and from there she happened to notice things and even catch things.
What
But I'm
the?
not telling this story from my mom's POV. Growing up, me and my brother were close and we used to play around the house. One day when my mom went
and the dad and sister used to play around too damn much. They used to really play.
to work,
What the
we
hell?
eventually noticed my sister missing. We looked around the house and eventually went to ask my dad where she was.
Oh hell no.
Walking in the room, my dad raged and screamed at us to get out.
What the?
We was so scared we ran. My sister was under the
Wow.
covers giving him a BJ.
I hate these stories so much, bro.
My brother
What the
ended up telling my mom, and my dad
Yo, these AIs need to get banned. They just telling these stories like nothing.
denied everything and whooped my brother. Took a break
And whooped. You got whooped.
and
Whoop.
whooped my brother. Took
Okay.
a break and then whooped him again.
Whooped them again.
That night, my
Okay.
parents argued.
Damn.
I can't put everything in this post because it would go on long, but to give you an idea of how things were growing up. we
Bro,
were
this sounds like a real story though. Like this sounds like somebody really wrote this.
scared of my dad growing up. Many times we caught things. Many times my dad would tell us not to say anything because we would destroy the family.
Wow.
Many times our mother...
Nah, that's so fucked up. Like, because there's like literally parents that do this shit, bro. They be doing a whole bunch of like weird stuff, and especially things like this where it's like really weird, like things with kids or whatever, and then they threaten you that it's gonna be bad if you tell on them or tell anybody. And it's like, damn, bro. Like, how fucked up of a human being are you?
Questioned us. Many times we would get verbally or physically abused for telling the truth. Many times my mom left and went back to him. It was horrible and traumatic, and even through all of that, my brother and I loved our dad because he's dad.
Wow.
My aunts and uncles...
Yeah, this seems like a real story, bro. I don't think this is one of those stupid AI stories.
What was going on, and it just added fuel to the fire. They used to sit me down and make me cry by telling me how my dad is no good. My family would even be mean to me because of how I looked like him, and I suffered some physical abuse there too.
Damn.
Anyways, moving along.
That's a crazy thing too. Oh my God, I didn't know this was gonna be deep, but yes, like obviously you're gonna look like your parents and stuff. And obviously if people have, you know, a bad experience with someone that looks like you, then, you know, it kind of gives them like reign to want to lash out on you because you look like them, even though that's not fair. It's not good to do, but it's just a reality.
My mom always went back to my dad, and we didn't help the situation since we would tell her we missed him.
Damn.
When I was growing up, I really wanted my dad's attention. Somehow I was a daddy's girl, but because my sister and him were having an affair, he always put her before me. Sometimes he would say we're gonna have a daddy and daughter day, and it was just an excuse.
Yeah, that term took a whole different meaning with this one.
To hang out with my sister. He'll buy me ice cream but won't talk to me, just her. For obvious reasons, my sister and I hated each other. One incident, my dad took me and my brother and my sister to a hotel room. My parents were arguing over the situation, and it ended up a high-speed chase.
A high-speed chase?
And trying to get away from my mom because she was trying to fight them.
What the heck?
In that hotel room my dad and sister had. In front of us. We were sitting by the window very uncomfortable.
No way.
The covers trying to not make it noticeable.
No way. Oh my God, that's so disgusting, bro. Not only you doing it and they know and stuff, and you doing it right in front of them too. Oh my God. Like, just no shame, bro. Like this nigga needs to get arrested, like now. Absolutely right now.
But we're not dumb. Another time I caught them, I was about 16 to 17 years old.
Oh
my
God.
dad confronted me about what I saw, and I told him exactly what I saw, and it ended with him screaming in my face, threatening to slap the out of me if I said that lie again.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, at that point, bro, you big enough, slap his ass back. Slap his ass back and then call 911 after. Fuck it.
He called me a sneaky and walked away. Fast forward to about 2018, and apparently everything has ceased, and my dad built a house for my mom, etc. Long story short, same different day. Now currently 28 years old, and about 2 weeks ago my mom texted me and told me that my nephew/brother, not kidding, they had a baby together, caught them.
What?
He then told my mom. My sister denied everything, and my dad came clean. I picked up my nephew and brought him to my house. This is all a jumbled mess, and I'm sorry. My brain is just going like crazy with all the memories, and this is my attempt to vent.
Dude, this is literally the most traumatic experience I ever heard from Reddit, bro.
First time.
What the heck?
There are a lot I left out and a lot I want to say, but I'll have to do it another time. If you have any questions about anything LMK, and I'll answer what I can and give an update on details. If you read this far, thanks for listening, I guess. All this is true, BTW. I do want
That's why I said I felt like this is true, and like I'm getting that vibe. You could tell when things are just purely ChatGPT generated, or when it's like somebody, you know, real that wrote that.
My mom didn't know about the abuse going on. We didn't talk about it. My mom was no saint and definitely could have done better in that time, but my mom had nothing and would have lost us if she left. There have been times where she sat us down and told us they were separating and that we can choose who to go with. We picked dad, only because leaving with my mom meant living with my aunts, who was also verbally abusive and really mean woman.
Damn, bro.
If we just minded our business.
That sucks, bro. Cause like literally either way, no matter what family you go to, it's just gonna be fucked. Like every situation, but you gotta choose the better of the evils, man. Nah, this is like actually kind of sad, bro. I know it's supposed to be such Reddit story, but hey, this is kind of like a real thing people go through every day, man. So, you know, just praying for these people, man.
Teachers, what's the most inappropriate thing you have caught a student doing? I'm a middle school teacher and I'm 22 years old. Last year I had an exceptionally misbehaved student named Jack. He never paid attention to any.
Yeah, that Jack name just sounds like it's a menace, bro. Like anybody named Jack, like what the fuck is Jack?
Thing I said, and would often get in trouble outside of class as well. Towards the end of year, I had planned a big final exam for all of the students. It was worth about 20.
Only if you're Jock Sparrow, then you're cool. But other than that, you ass. Booty.
5% of their total mark in the class, and if they wanted to get into high school, then a 50% or higher was mandatory. The day of the test, Jack decided to write his name on the paper and hand it in with every other question blank. I wasn't going to say anything because I have told everybody numerous times
that this was
their golden ticket, and everyone was made aware of the repercussions if they chose not to participate. After seeing his test, Jack asked if he
Yes. Oh, I thought you said jackass. Jackass.
chose not to participate. After seeing his test,
But some kids really do not care, bro. They don't care, bro.
Jack asked if he could spend the rest of the block sitting on the beanbag beanbag chair in the back of the room. I agreed in hopes that if I said yes, he wouldn't bother the other students. But honestly, I should have made him stay at his desk. About 20 minutes later,
you gotta make these kids stay, bro.
Class, I noticed that his head was down with his hoodie on in the back corner. It was obvious what he was doing. He was wearing sweatpants and his hand was inside. I was shocked considering that.
Wait a second. Wait a second. What was he doing? Hold on. Let me see this description again.
Corner. It was obvious what he was doing.
So
he was wearing sweatpants.
And
his hand was inside.
Inside. Boy, if you don't get your freak ass boy.
Shocked considering that one of my students was touching himself mid-class. But
wow.
I decided to stay calm and say nothing in order to not make a scene. Teachers, what's...
Yeah, dude, you gotta say something, bro. Like that. If I was just, hey, little nigga in the back, Jack, stop beating your meat, please. We're trying to focus.
My biological brother did me from behind.
What? No.
It was a warm summer evening, and I had just finished a long day of studying for my final exams. The house was unusually quiet, as our parents were away for the weekend.
Why is he mixing bread? Like,
leaving just me and my brother Ethan.
Okay.
We rarely spent time alone.
Damn, those s'mores got creamed on. What was that? Hold on. Let me go back.
Brother Ethan.
What
We rarely spent time alone together, so this was a rare occasion. After a quick shower, I wrapped myself in a towel and walked to my room.
Okay.
And as I passed Ethan's room, I noticed his door slightly ajar. Curiosity got the best of me, and I peeked inside. He was lying on his bed, shirtless, absorbed in a book.
All right. Oh, in a book? He's reading a book? What kind of book we reading? Man, why are you peeking in his room, though, dude? Stop being weird.
The sight of his toned muscles and the casual way he lounged on the bed made my heart race. Unexpectedly. Trying to shake off the strange feeling, I went to my room and put on my favorite pajamas, a loose tank top. No.
Come on, bro. For what? Why'd you do that? Why'd you put on those specific clothes? Why's it loose?
Bra and shorts. I decided to spend the rest of the evening watching a movie in the living room. As I settled on the couch, Ethan joined me. Sitting a little too close. We started a movie we both liked, but I could barely focus on the screen. The tension between us was palpable, and I could feel his eyes on me. Halfway through the movie, Ethan turned to me. His voice.
I let random dudes me. Been off birth control, and my boyfriend been wearing Johnnies, but I still let random guys go bareback. I haven't taken a pregnancy test, but...
What the What is this story? Like, there's no reason for this. Now, this is AI. This is ChatGPT.
It looks like I'm showing, and my cherries are a lot bigger. I'm a little nervous about taking a pregnancy test, because I think it'll confirm what I'm already assuming, and I won't be able to contain my excitement. I'll end up...
That's a whole lot of me.
...posting a story about it, lol. My fiance and I are in an open relationship, and we've talked about breeding in the past. He was hesitant at first, but
Talked about breeding? Why do y'all niggas call it breeding? Are you some animals?
I suggested if it happens naturally, that's beautiful, and we will raise the child. Having said that, we still let the bull know I'm not on birth control, and to pull out, because although my fiance wears Johnnies, when we meet with random guys, I usually go bareback. I think the last guy...
Wait, what did she just say right now? Hold on.
Happens naturally, that's beautiful, and we will raise the child. Having said that, we still let the bull know I'm not on birth control, and to pull out, because although my fiance wears Johnnies, when we meet with random guys, I usually go bareback.
Although my fiance wears Johnnies, I let strangers go bareback. Let that sit in your head right now. She needs to get her freak ass on, boy.
I think the last guy wasn't pulling out in time, so now we have a little surprise on the way, hopefully. I will probably take a pregnancy test this weekend and post the results. And I must admit...
Nigga, we don't need to see that. You keep that to your damn self, bro. Leave this freak ass life over there. Like, I don't want to see it no more.
Knowing my fiance has to raise another man's child that we don't even know him or his name is...
That he has to raise some other man... You know what? Now that, I mean, he does do an open relationship, let her do whatever, so this wouldn't surprise me. Just taking care of somebody else's kid.
So hot.
That's crazy.
I got my level 9,000 yacht sister pregnant in the shower.
Yacht sister or yacht? Is it supposed to be yacht? I hope it's not. I really hope it's
shower. So here be out. I love my sister a lot, and we have a bond that is unbreakable.
Right.
My sister and I like to run around the house when it's empty and play Tickle Monster. Hey, he 1,000.
Tickle Monster. What the fuck kind of game is that, bro?
1,000. One day I thought I'd tickle her with my wood instead.
What did he just say?
While she was in the shower. As I walked in, she was just there. looking beautiful, and having fun with my favorite Axe deodorant bottle. I took the Axe spray of her and whispered, "You made Tickle Monster angry? Time to go Donald Trump style."
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What, he's gonna bomb you? Cause he's gonna get us USA bomb?
I have her the Glock 9000 with my wood, and our parents came home early.
Okay.
They walked in the shower and saw us. They wasn't shocked at all. They was happy.
What the fuck you mean they wasn't? They was happy? They was... Oh my God, bro. There's no fucking way.
That I actually asked them to join in. Unfortunately, my dad's soccer friends was over, meaning my sister got back shots from 20 older men, and I feel like an asshole for this. This was supposed to be a family night, not friends included package.
You feel like an asshole just because they're friends? Like, what? Why don't you feel like an asshole? Because you're the fucking brother, and it's a dad.
Love my package only. I feel insecure now. Has this ever happened to you?
No, nigga. No, there is nobody that relates to you. There's nobody.
My roommates double stuffed my kitty.
What? What does that even mean, bro?
Well, this is my latest adventure and new experience.
Okay.
I honestly didn't even think it was possible, although my roommate has been promising me that it is for weeks now. I'm not really sure what got him into it, but for some reason he has been obsessed with me getting my kitty double stuffed, as he
tell him to get his freak ass on, boy.
Calls it. I keep brushing it off because I thought he was joking, and I literally had never even heard of such a thing before, and I just assumed it was impossible. But wow, I was wrong. As I found out last night, there were only 4 of us home.
Okay.
It was me, my F roommate, and the 2 guys who have girlfriends that I have been writing about recently. In many of my other posts.
Why are you writing about them?
Their girlfriends weren't here though. I guess they were pretty burned out after our week-long banging session.
Nigga, what? Week-long what?
Ha ha. My F roommate was on her period. So I guess that just left me as the one free you slut who was available to please my guy roommate.
These stories have gone too far. They've gone too far. They need to be banned. Whoever made these stories, you need to be banned. Your parents need to be banned. Your grandma needs to be banned. Your great-grandma needs to be banned. Your great-great-grandma needs to be banned. Your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandma needs to be banned. Her great-grandma needs to be banned. Her great-grandma after the great-grandma needs to be banned. And then the great-grandma that had the great-mama that had the great-grandma that had the great-grandma. Y'all need to be banned.
After having dinner, my F roommate decided to go to bed early, so that left just the 3 of us in the living room together. Well, I guess it's just you tonight. The 2 of them told me one of the guys who was there is the one who has been begging me to try taking 2 of them inside my kitty at the same time. Little did I know at the time, but the 2 of them had agreed to try it tonight on me. It was premeditated, LOL. I thought I was just gonna get regular tag teamed as usual, but I was in for so much more than just the usual, as I soon found out. Things started off pretty much in the typical way they always do. The guys laid back on the couch and ordered me onto my knees so that...
I'm done with this shit, bro. No more. Fuck this shit.